Good evening. Welcome to the 2020 Cooperative Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Rich Larochelle, and I chair the Board of Directors of the Cooperative Development Foundation, your host for this evening. Thank you for being here this evening to honor 4 outstanding cooperators and to support the continued good work of the Cooperative Development Foundation. It is fitting that at an event recognizing the lifetime accomplishments of these 4 outstanding inductees, that this event should also benefit cooperative development. In a typical year, we would all be gathered together at the National Press Club. We'd make our way to the 13th floor of the National Press Club building, pick up our name tag at the Hall of Fame registration table, and head for the Hall of Fame reception. There we'd seek out and congratulate this year's Hall of Fame inductees and reconnect with cooperators from around the country. The bell would ring and we'd make our way to the ballroom for an evening of celebration and inspiration. While we can't be together in person this year, tonight we will induct 4 cooperators to the Hall of Fame who deserve our recognition of their careers advancing cooperatives and who will inspire us to use our gifts to make the world a better place through cooperatives. For 75 years, CDF has promoted community, economic, and social development through cooperatives. Over the last 27 years, CDF has granted or loaned more than $9 million to help people improve their communities through cooperatives. In this challenging year, CDF increased its grant making and giving to meet community needs. Grants helped cooperatives purchase personal protective equipment, pay staff impacted by a decrease in work hours, and helped cooperatives get back on their feet after businesses were curtailed. This work is the result of contributions both big and small from the cooperative community. But it is the consistent support from cooperatives like those who sponsor CDF events that assures the continuity of our work at CDF. I particularly want to acknowledge our Hall of Fame sponsors this year: CoBank, Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative Limited, National Co-op Grocers, National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, National Rural Utilities Cooperative Finance Corporation, and Nationwide. I also want to thank our banquet sponsors: CHS, Dairy Farmers of America, National Cooperative Bank, and NCBA CLUSA. Finally, I'd like to thank our table sponsors who you see on the screen. The time has come now to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Urban Crowell. Urban is the Executive Director for the neighboring Food Co-op Association and serves as the Board Chair for NCBA CLUSA. Please welcome Urban Crowell.
Thank you so much, Rich. It's such an honor to be here tonight as we come together from across our cooperative community to celebrate as we honor our heroes. The Cooperative Hall of Fame is an opportunity for us to recognize some of the people who've made a particular impact on our movement. They've worked tirelessly in the belief that cooperatives represent a more inclusive, humane, and equitable business model that gives an economic voice to people from all walks of life as workers, consumers, producers, and small business owners. As Rich pointed out, the Hall of Fame is also an opportunity for us to get together as a community, to celebrate and to be inspired. And while we're not able to gather in person this year, I want to thank you all for joining us online. At this moment, when cooperatives matter more than ever, I hope you'll be inspired in your own work to advance co-ops as a better way of doing business. Tonight, we pay tribute to 4 outstanding leaders: Ben Burkett, Everett Dobrinsky, Carmen Huertas Noble, and Michael Mercer. Each is a true cooperative hero, and we honor their contributions to our movement and to the communities in which they have worked. Our inductees were recommended for this honor by a selection committee that reviewed the many nomination packets received by CDF from co-ops across the country. The NCBA CLUSA Board of Directors made the final selection, and I want to thank everyone who participated in our process this year. Each of tonight's inductees will receive a hand-blown glass sculpture representing the symbol of cooperation in the United States, the Twin Pines. And each nominating organization will receive a plaque. Our last inductee this evening has spent his career in the credit union movement, connecting the dots between financial cooperatives and other sectors. Please turn your attention to the video honoring Michael Mercer.
Born in Summit, New Jersey in 1953, Michael Mercer grew up in a big family alongside 7 siblings: Barb, Pat, Sue, Jan, Paul, Mary, and Joe. Growing up mostly in small-town Ohio made him a team player and a leader in collaboration. Even now, friends and colleagues say he elevates the team ahead of himself. In high school in Western Connecticut, Mike met Holly. She was captain of the cheerleading squad. He was captain of the football team. It didn't hurt that he also played guitar in the band that serenaded school dances. The two were married in 1976. After graduating from the University of Rhode Island with a bachelor's degree in economics, Mike headed to the University of Wisconsin-Madison to earn a master's degree in finance. He thought he was destined for Wall Street, but then a part-time job with the Credit Union National Association changed everything. He was working on a project that would form U.S. Central Credit Union and the Corporate Credit Union Network. Mike realized that his degree in finance could benefit Main Street instead. In 1980, at 26 years of age, he left U.S. Central to lead Georgia Central Credit Union as president. 3 years later, he organized a unique structure that would combine the efforts of Georgia Central and the Georgia Credit Union League. He was named president and CEO of Georgia Credit Union Affiliates, where he served credit union members for almost 35 years. During his career, Mike has worked to create meaningful financial solutions for the state credit union league's more than 2.1 million members. He has embodied the credit union spirit of people helping people at the local, national, and international levels. During Mike's career, consolidation among credit unions reduced the number of Georgia-based credit unions from over 400 to less than 100. While the number of people being served has consistently risen, consolidation created the need for better efficiency for the state support organizations. In 2019, the Georgia support companies were combined with those serving Florida and Alabama credit unions. With the merger completed, Mike retired at the end of 2019. Mike has worked to extend the same financial opportunities to working people around the world. The innovative Poland-Georgia Credit Union Partnership Program helped develop new not-for-profit financial cooperatives after the Soviet Union lost its grip on Poland. Today, Poland's credit unions benefit more than 2.5 million members, and the Poland-Georgia Partnership remains a model for other international league partnerships that share expertise and best practices. The Polish government awarded Mike its highest honor for non-citizen, the Knight's Cross, in recognition of his contributions to the growth and development of the Polish credit union system. A new partnership with British credit unions was launched in recent years. Back in the U.S., the 1990s were a pivotal decade for credit unions. The movement was fighting for survival, and Mike was on the front lines. Capping 8 years of lawsuits, the Supreme Court in 1998 ruled against a broadened interpretation of the Federal Credit Union Act. Their decision blocked credit unions from expanding beyond their designated fields of membership, or common bonds, like employment or geographic location. Credit union advocates immediately rallied a national grassroots campaign, but they needed support in Congress to enact change. Mike was instrumental in recruiting Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich to sponsor the Credit Union Membership Access Act. With the Speaker's support, H.R. 1151 passed. It was a watershed moment, signaling that credit unions had become a political force. Throughout his career, Mike has served as a conduit between credit unions and the broader co-op movement. As chair of the Credit Union National Association's Board of Directors, he rallied U.S. credit unions to unite for good. That reminder placed credit unions squarely within the broader cooperative movement's principle-driven mission, and it served as the theme of the International Credit Union Day in 2013. During his 2 terms as chair of National Cooperative Bank's Board of Directors, Mike was determined to bring credit unions closer with co-ops in other sectors. As a mentor, Mike pioneered learning and networking innovations like the Georgia Credit Union Affiliates Learning Journey and Idea Institute. Drawing hundreds of credit union executives from across the country, these programs encourage them to exchange knowledge with each other, as well as with other leaders within and outside of the cooperative space. For his contributions to the credit union movement, Mike has received numerous awards, including the American Association of Credit Union League's Eagle Award in 1997 and the Georgia Lifetime Achievement Award in 2005. In 2015, Mike accepted the U.S. credit union community's highest honor, the Herb Wegner Award for Lifetime Achievement. In 2016, the National Cooperative Bank recognized Mike with the Stan Dreyer's Spirit of Cooperation Award. And in 2020, Mike was recognized for his contributions to the African American Credit Union Coalition. Mike will not be idle in retirement. He plans to work on projects that continue to advance the understanding and appreciation of the cooperative business model. Mike and Holly have 3 adult children, Nicole, Sarah, and Dylan, and 5 grandchildren, Cooper, Sophia, Natalie, Tessa, and Mason. As an innovator, advocate, and visionary, Mike has influenced the evolution of the credit union movement. His creative, courageous thinking not only helped win big legislative battles, but also impacted the lives of everyday people in smaller, but no less meaningful ways. As one colleague put it, the credit union movement is lucky to have Mike in its corner. That's why tonight we recognize Michael Mercer's legacy of service with induction into the Cooperative Hall of Fame.
Mike was nominated by the Credit Union National Association, CUNA, and recognizing Mike tonight is the president of the National Cooperative Bank, Chuck Snyder.
Congratulations, Mike. It gives me great pleasure to share a few words about Mike Mercer and his contributions to the cooperative community. Mike was the long-term leader of the Georgia Credit Union League. He was also served on many boards for the credit unions across the nation. He was the longest-serving board member on the National Cooperative Bank Board and led our board as chairman during his tenure. Mike has had a very successful career, spanning more than 40 years. He has had a hand in creating some very successful cooperative businesses. But he never forgot about the little guy. Cooperatives play an important role in the United States in many different industries, particularly in agricultural, rural electric, telephone services, small business purchasing cooperatives, and financial services, especially credit unions, to name a few. But it is all about people helping people. Cooperatives play a significant role in helping the little guy aggregate power to compete against much larger companies. This competition provides for fair prices that are fair and provides access to goods and services for more people. While financial impact is considerable in the United States and abroad, it is the impact on people's lives that is the real story. If you spend any time around Mike Mercer, you will hear about these stories of people helping people. These stories are rich in humanity because cooperatives not only care about being successful, they care about their members and their communities. They care about people. Congratulations to you, Mike, for this great honor of being inducted into the Cooperative Hall of Fame. And thank you for your many contributions in the United States and internationally. You are an innovator and a leader, and have worked tirelessly doing the right thing to help countless numbers of people, of which I am one. Thank you for being my friend over the years. And finally, I would like to say thank you for the legends of people you have helped over the years. You are a great inspiration to me and the entire cooperative community. Congratulations.
Greetings, fellow cooperators. I always look forward to our annual gathering at the Press Club. Hopefully we can get back there next year. And Chuck, thank you for the kind words. I have really enjoyed learning from you over the years at NCB. And congratulations to Ben and Everett and Carmen. You have provided amazing contributions to the advancement of cooperatives. I would also like to thank all of the members of the Cooperative Hall of Fame. Collectively, you are the foundation for cooperative enterprise in the United States. I sincerely appreciate that NCBA CLUSA brings us all together. It is one of the few times that we get to interact with folks from the other sectors. In fact, we should do more of this. And not just at the national level, but at the state and local levels as well. Co-ops are all doing good things. They're all creating meaningful benefits, but largely in their own lanes. What if co-ops collaborated across sectors in every community? Imagine a formal collective that is driven by the area co-ops, and perhaps with the help of other organizations that are chartered to help people succeed. Its purpose could be to help solve community problems as a group, or help execute on growth plans for the community, or perhaps to help to improve on the quality of life in the community. And it could also be a catalyst for organizing new co-ops. Surely this is not a new idea, and maybe it happens in a few places now, but what if it became a 21st century cooperative crusade? Communities want jobs that won't leave town. Communities want their young people to stick around. Communities want proximity to affordable health care. And communities want vibrancy that they can brag about. The typical model of offering huge tax breaks and infrastructure development for a new distribution center or maybe a server farm, that doesn't work for most communities. The frustrations are well illustrated in A.B. Goldstein's book about Janesville, Wisconsin. What if instead, or maybe in addition, communities embrace the cooperative business model as a durable path into the future, a strategy that keeps jobs, capital, and talent in town? Go visit the Mondragon co-ops in northern Spain, or maybe the co-ops in the Emilia-Romagna region of Italy. You'll discover a strong local economic base, lots of co-ops, lots of cooperation, and vibrant communities. In both places, local unemployment is much lower than surrounding regions. As I continue my journey, I hope to join forces with NCBA, NCB, and many of you that are working to accelerate cross-sector collaboration among US co-ops. In fact, this could become a good service project for all of the Hall of Fame alumnus. Well, we live in a time of significant concentration of power. In business, examples include food, energy, banking, and especially online networks. And in government, party duopoly exists at the state and national levels. The vast majority of Americans don't benefit from economic or political power. Many Americans have become cynical and suspicious toward business and political leadership. There has never been a better time for cooperatives to emerge as essential partners for people and small businesses. There's never been a better opportunity for co-ops to demonstrate that cowboy individualism is a poor way to achieve progress for most. Co-ops can show that working together and owning together is critical for reducing wealth disparity. And there has never been a better moment for Americans to realize that co-ops can legitimately lead toward a society liberated from the scar of racial prejudice. Credit unions and their support organizations have come together to form what they call the DEI Collective, It will raise awareness and stimulate impactful initiative. I think efforts like this should reach across all co-ops. We should all join hands to make a difference. I consider myself very fortunate. I was schooled to become an investment banker, but took a part-time job at CUNA, Credit Union National Association, to help pay the bills. There, I learned about the cooperative form of business, that I could ply my trade and do good things for people. Then, as now, co-ops struck me as the more noble path. The things you learned about me today could not have happened without advice and counsel from hundreds of really good people in the credit union world. I wish I had time to tell you about all of them. Like you, friends and family gave me encouragement and the necessary rope to apply myself to the hard work of causing collaboration. I regret that I'm unable to introduce you to my 3 wonderful children. They're all grown and productive. Their names are Dylan, Sarah, and Nicole. They have provided me with 5 beautiful grandchildren that I have chosen to spoil without guilt or limitation. And there is a 92-year-old man living in Connecticut. He sired what became me many decades ago. To him, I attribute any accomplishment that might have come my way. Finally, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to Holly. She's my wife of 44 years. Today, advanced dementia prevents her from celebrating co-ops with us or watching the family that she created and nurtured achieve their successes in life. I think the lesson for all of us is to enjoy every day and never miss an opportunity to let your friends and family know how much they mean to you. Cooperative values are essentially family values. Without third-party shareholders, our lives, our purpose, and our passions are perfectly aligned. We are all very fortunate people, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Hi, Mike. I want to congratulate you on getting this award, and we're very, very proud of you, all of your brothers and sisters, and the one father that's still here. Okay, Mike, and thank you very much for all you've done.
Mike, congratulations on this much-deserved recognition. Throughout your nearly 4 decades of service to the credit union movement, your leadership has inspired so many people, including me. You've used your cooperative superpowers to create the Poland, Georgia Credit Union Partnership Program. You've helped secure support for the Credit Union Membership Access Act. And as the League of Southeast Credit Union and Affiliates and the Georgia League CEO, you've championed financial products and services that, in your words, are helping people afford their lives. As a tireless advocate for the movement both here in the United States as well as around the world, you've always been a dedicated champion of all of our members. You know, it's really an understatement to claim that we would not be here where we are today without your thoughtful, passionate, and dedicated service. So congratulations again on being the newest Cooperative Hall of Famer.
Hi, Mike. I wanted to offer my congratulations on your installation into the Cooperative Hall of Fame. I can't think of a person more deserving of this recognition. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marshall Boutwell, and I'm CEO at Peach State Federal Credit Union down in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Mike and I have known each other for over 30 years. In fact, he planted the seed with me many, many years ago to come over from the dark side and become a credit union professional. Over 25 years ago, he roped me into, or got me involved in, the Polish partnership that Georgia and the credit unions in Poland created. I think that was the first twining of a state association and a national association anywhere in the world, and it's been duplicated many, many times. That whole process is a very enlightening process where we learned about cooperative finance in different parts of the world and how we as credit union leaders can make a difference in our institutions as well as a difference in our members' lives. It's been a very rewarding career, and my friendship with Mike has been phenomenal. So once again, congratulations, Mike. You deserve this honor, no question about it. Thanks.
Thank you all very much. Once again, we've inducted a great group of cooperators into our Hall of Fame. I hope that you've enjoyed learning more about their stories and contributions to their co-ops and to our wider movement. Plaques commemorating tonight's inductees will join those of past inductees in the Cooperative Hall of Fame and will hang in the NCBA CLUSA offices in Washington, D.C. Also, the videos and biographies of the 2020 inductees will be added to the Hall of Fame website, where you can view and share them online. And that brings us to the end of our program. In this challenging time, we know that cooperatives have a key role to play in building a more inclusive economy. And I hope tonight's program has renewed your commitment to the power of cooperatives as we work to build a better world for everyone and challenge ourselves to live up to our values and principles. On behalf of the Cooperative Development Foundation, thank you all for your support and for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you next year for the 2021 Cooperative Hall of Fame. Thank you and good night.